Okay, all set? All right. I'd like to call this special meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order for, it's actually Monday, August 13th.
I just didn't make the copy.
Okay, all right. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two things we have to do that are kind of urgent, so I appreciate you guys' flexibility in coming in today. First thing is, need to establish a public hearing date for the Small Cities Grant Review. You remember that we obtained an $800,000 Small Cities grant to do upgrades and renovations at Reynolds Ridge. So federal law, the HUD requires us to have a public hearing to gather feedback about that. So Dan, did you have a projected date for a public hearing?
Yes, and I left my phone in my, we can do it that date that you get back.
Oh, September 5th, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll make that'd be, let's see, our...
And then we have the public hearings on the 18th.
Yeah.
The next.
Yeah, Wednesday the 5th is fine, because all right, so I'm going to make a motion that we establish a public hearing date of Wednesday, September 5th, 2018 at 7 p.m. in Meeting Room A. Second. Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay, item number 2 is I invited Janice Christiana to describe, there is a proposal in front of the town to, by the owner of Broken Symmetry to conduct an Oktoberfest celebration using the train station parking lot on September 23rd. And Janice, do you have a, anything? Okay, Janice or Eileen?
Well, they approached Janice, and then Janice came to Park and Rec because it's town property. Train station parking lot and the train station are considered town property, so we kind of felt like there should be an application filled out and completed. So we used the one that's for like municipal lawns or facilities and had them completed, and then we did a terms of an agreement like we do for anyone like the carnival and anybody that uses the front lawn or anyone that uses a field, and it describes to make sure that they have a liability insurance, $1 million worth of liability insurance, or and then we get copies of their insurance and their liquor permit and everything, and then they would sign it, I would sign it, and then we would have that as a document of the application for the use of the area. They, based on what Janice has said, they would provide people shuttles to get people from here to the area, so there would be no parking around the area. They would use the entire parking lot to it, and it's several restaurants, or J. Lawrence, Putnam House, Broken Symmetry, and would all be involved in it. And then they also are in contact with the police department to get their approval from the police commission. So.
Do they have an estimate, does Lisa have an estimate of how many people she expects to attend?
Probably about 150. We're estimating about 150 people.
That's not that big.
Isn't that an underestimate?
Well, it's a Sunday,
I think
Sunday, right?
It's a
All
Sun-
these Oktoberfest that I know, if there's any advertising for these things,
Yeah, it's a.
I think about when we had the German restaurant on Route 6 there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, was this a Saturday night?
This is
Sunday
It's a
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday
It's a Sunday afternoon.
12 to 5.
No.
Yeah, that took quite a few years for that to build up, though, and
Yeah.
that was like a 3-week celebration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't
this is a
expect-
one-day thing,
This
right?
is a one-day thing. It's the first year they're having it.
And what
They're
are we
not
going to
really-
charge, a vendor fee?
They would be charging an entrance fee, and then all of that money would be going towards entertainment and any of the overhead costs for the event.
When you, who's that money go to, the town?
No, the money would go to, Lisa would be organizing the event, and any money from the entrance fee would be going towards the entertainment and some of the overhead, like toilets and some of the things that they're going to have, fencing, police, to have police on the site. That money would be going towards that. That would cover the overhead of having the event, and then the vendors would be charging for food. So the businesses that were at the event would be making money through their food sales.
So they would be covering the cost of the Bethel Police?
They're covering the
presence.
cost of the entire event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
There wouldn't be any cost to the town.
no.
Should
Okay.
there be something for the town? I hate being a stickler about this because that's our property.
Or you
know,
could
and
charge them a
we're
rental
trying
fee.
to, I know all funds for that property remain for that piece of property,
Right,
like the rental.
right.
So you could charge a rental fee, but they already rent
I
from the
know,
train
I
station,
know,
right?
this is, they don't own the lot, we do.
Right, I mean, but you could do it, if you wanted to, you could charge them a rental fee of, like I
And-
charge $75 or $150 and then give it to the old train station,
Yeah,
I think. So,
Yeah, well, do we charge, like, if people use the front lawn?
I have not charged for the front lawn.
Okay, but those are not.
I charge them if I need staff, like if I
Right.
have to cover staff for being in the building, I
Right,
charge them that fee. I don't charge above that. I charge of $25, which is above what the hourly rate is, so I make a little, only if they need staff here. If it's a function that doesn't require, like the carnival, like if it doesn't require a staff,
yeah.
I don't.
Do they anticipate any requirement for town staff, like highway or anybody, just the
I
police?
don't
right?
think so, no.
What's the charge to, just by comparison, the charge to rent Bennett Park on a Sunday?
It's $250 or $300 depending on non-resident, resident fee, so.
So theoretically, we would charge about the same if we wanted to charge a fee, right?
Right, you
That
could
would be
charge
consistent.
that's a standard park rental fee for this type of event, or, you know.
Okay,
But again, I don't charge the chamber for the use, well, they do pay for their rental on the thing, but certain, like they're for profit, so I would charge them the same rate. And it's, so it'd be like $250, I think, because we consider them residents, right?
yeah, oh, yeah.
I see you have asked Hutton House, but they haven't given you a commitment yet.
They haven't committed yet.
Do you think they're going to?
I spoke with him the other day and he said he was interested, but they're going through a renovation right now of their building, so, he's been hesitant to commit any more time to anything else right now. So he said he was, but he hasn't made a formal commitment.
Mhm.
Well, I think we need to have everybody on board there because they all do share the parking there, and if then one person's not willing to, it seems like it'd be a great thing for them all to participate, and they're all right in that area there.
Oh, well, he would be open, and his customers would be able to take advantage of the shuttle. That by participating, that means like setting up a booth in the parking lot.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we're
So-
not gonna, the businesses are all gonna be open, even Jay Lawrence, who's participating, will be
Yeah.
open
Right.
as well, yeah.
Right, understand.
Where are they gonna shuttle to and from?
The municipal parking lot?
Back here?
Yeah, they got, that hard trolley that they run in Danbury, she's renting that for the day.
And you're talking about a 30 by 75 foot tent. Would the tent be put up that morning and taken down that night?
Yes, it would be put up that morning. Tom said he would go out and he would inspect the tent that morning, and then it would be taken down that evening.
Are they gonna put spikes in the pavement?
I don't know exactly how they're gonna.
Usually a tent that goes on something like that, they use barrels to hold it down. Like when they do tents on turf fields and different things, they use barrels.
We could stipulate that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thinking about a rental fee, my personal opinion is, I don't think that's necessary. Like, when the chamber does the Summerfest, we close off PT Barnum Square, we don't charge the chamber for that because it's bringing people into downtown is considered, a good thing to build business and to give people exposure to it. But, so I don't, $270, I think it's just token amount anyway. I don't think it really, and it would have to stay within the,
Who's gonna clean up?
They will.
I would say if we had to come in the next day and there was cleanup from it, and staff had to do something related to the cleanup, then they would get charged for that cleanup.
Mhm.
That would be part of the, you know, that's so, I mean,
And Agway, are they gonna shut off their lot?
They'll be operating their business as they always do.
You're not planning to close Depot Street off?
No.
so, and from noon to 6, right?
Right.
Okay.
They're probably gonna need to post somebody there so people don't park in Agway's lot.
Yeah, we can provide signs. I can make the recommendation that they provide signs. I'm
Mhm.
assuming the police will require that they have a presence that day, so that can be part of their role as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But we would definitely have them notify all of the businesses. They've spoken to Verano's and Bethel Glass as well. But part
Yeah,
of that
I
would be
don't
them
think Bethel Glass
notifying-
is open on Sunday.
I
No,
don't
they
believe
don't.
they
But
are as well.
Verano's would be the only one.
Yeah, and they've already spoken with them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a motion that we permit the Oktoberfest to occur on the 23rd from 12 to 6 p.m., subject to meeting our town's standard insurance requirements and police requirements. Restrictions would be no, just to be clear, no spikes in the lot, no parking at Agway. And that the site is fully cleaned up before nightfall.
And the tent is put up that morning and removed that night.
Oh, yeah, the tent.
Well, I'd like that in the motion.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. So tent to be erected in the morning and then removed before nightfall. Okay,
What about a
yeah, go
caveat?
ahead.
I don't know if you wanna put it in motion, but somebody should let them know. They can't go to the health department 2 days before the event and say we need permits for our temporary food
Yeah.
services. Because that's what's been happening. People are going there the last minute and there's just no way it can be done.
Question, do they, yeah, I agree with that, but seeing as how we're dealing with restaurants that already have licenses, they have to get a license
Yep.
on top of that?
they have to get
They get
a
a
temporary
temporary,
food service
Okay.
license to
Because it's
serve
outside and they
outside.
have to meet.
I'd suggest that they maybe.
2 weeks, at least a 2 or 3 week
2
turnover.
weeks will probably be good.
Okay, well, I'll add that to the motion that all permits are applied for 3 weeks in advance before the date. All right, so is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all right,
And just to make sure that they're all the area businesses are notified what's going on.
okay. All right, what else? Any further discussion?
Well, we'll use this as a test case because I can guarantee next year it'll be bigger.
Well, we did
Yeah.
have discussions with them that if it does grow, that they would like to move it over to the municipal center lawn. So
Yeah,
they do realize this is the first year, but if they
Okay.
feel that it's
Yeah.
going to grow next year, they would like to move it
And I
over.
would like to consider fees, because, you know, you guys have gotta clean up usually.
Well, I would think if it ends up getting moved to the front lawn, or if it's on more of a, like, because they already rent that area, so they're the ones that want that area to look clean for their business the next day. It's when you have to clean up for something from here.
Yeah.
That's
When you
on
had
the
that
front
beer
lawn.
fest here, how many people attended, do you know?
I think they had a limit of 200.
Yeah, there you go.
They had a
Yeah,
limit of
I think they
200.
had a limit
Believe
of
me,
200, so they were probably at
I've never seen a
200.
small Oktoberfest, unless there was just
Well,
weather.
you've been to Munich. So.
Yes, I have.
But
Would
that
they-
grew over year. The first year, they had under 100 people
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
Yeah,
fest.
They grow.
yeah, they had
Yeah,
like 50
yeah,
to
usually
75.
within 3 years,
Because
you're
all we
gonna
have to
see
look
that
at New
growth.
Milford
Yeah.
at their
Yeah,
Oktoberfest.
and I believe their Oktoberfest is the same weekend, so it's not gonna be the only Oktoberfest in the area.
Janice, would they be interested in doing it on the front lawn now?
We did discuss that, and they just thought, coming off of Beer Fest, that it would feel very similar to Beer Fest, and with them being centrally located, it would make the event feel a little different. Plus, they have the resources right there for them to move all their beer making equipment over. It's quite an endeavor.
Is this with an Oompa band and all that?
They, from what I hear, they're trying to get one. They book up very quickly, so
I know.
so they book a year out. So they were trying to get a band. If not, they're going to get something that feels something like that.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion on the floor to approve with the stipulations outlined. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. All right, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That carries.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have one meeting.